Okay, everybody, thanks for coming on this Saturday morning. This is going to be really quick. This is just something I've been kind of starting that series on our Facebook page, Know Your Product and how to promote it more effectively. And this to me is so simple because everything has finally started coming together. This is getting so easy to promote and to sell. And regardless of people's, I guess, concerns or hangups or issues or whatever, whether it be, people might be tight on funds or whatever, and they just don't want to risk money or whatever. There is a very simple way to present Nui and to allow everybody the opportunity. And I love the fact that they went from agreements over to becoming coin collectors, because honestly, if you speak with any crypto enthusiast out there, I don't know of any guys that are really hardcore crypto guys that only have one coin. I mean, most of them, I know myself, I have a lot more than one, and most people I know in crypto carry numerous cryptocurrencies. And so this is a way to do it literally for free at the beginning and a very low cost, and then a way to use house money. So if we present this correctly, I don't see how we cannot get 10 in the pen and help them get 10 and help them get 10 and just move this thing very quickly. Now, you will run into some people that say, you know what, I can pay the 100 or 500 or 1,000 or 50 or whatever it is, I can buy gigahash, no problem. But you're going to run into those and say, no, I don't have $100 right now, or I just don't see any value in this or whatever. So what we're teaching people is from free to coin collector, and in a very simple process. So now that core, we have the ability to convert core points into Kala. The time is now to do this. I mean, we have a perfect time. We've got it about 5 months or so before the public exchanges. So we need to take advantage of this time. And then we have that magical day, March 2nd, where new members, not current members, but new members will be able to use Kala to purchase gigahash agreements. So this is what I'm proposing we do. And I've tried this on 2 people so far, and they've both signed up. They're both doing it, and they're both extremely excited about it. So you go in there and say, hey, if you don't want to put forth $50, $100, and I mean, whatever you want to say, but just basically say, I want to teach you how to become a coin collector, a crypto collector, and start for little to nothing. So sign up for Nui for free, go in there, start doing core, and I love the fact, Marissa, you're on this call, because she has put together an amazing page on Facebook, and I'm going to put this on our Facebook page with her link, if that's okay with you, Marissa, and to basically say, click on this link and go into this core Facebook page and learn all you can about core, earning points, things of that sort, because I think she's done a fantastic job on that. And so basically they can go in there, go into core right now for free prior to March 2nd and earn as many points as they can. Right now the conversion is 2 to 1. For every 2 core points equals 1 call-out. Then March 2nd comes around, they can use that call-out that they've used sweat equity for. So right now they're out $0.00, and maybe use it, spending a couple hours here and there, earning all of these core points. They convert it to Kala, use that Kala, and now they buy a gigahash agreement. Now your free member has now become a paid member. So you've got 1 in the pen, 2 in the pen, 3 in the pen, and just go get 10 people to sign up for free. And then, have them go through this. And then what happens on March 2nd, they get their gigahash, and then they can choose 50, 100, whatever. Now, if they want to avoid the annual fee, which is going to be $50, they get the 100 gigahash as opposed to the 50. But as long as they earned enough core points, they go in there and then they purchase that gigahash. And then for $30 a month, they're receiving 3,000 Kala, right? Approximately 3,000, which is a penny. Right now, Kala is valued at 2 cents. Now, this is what is really cool. When speaking to the directors over at Nui, the reason why they use 21 billion, and it's something to do with decimal points. They don't want Kala to be worth 1 point this or point that. They want to get rid of those decimal points. So I was having a discussion with the finance guy last night, and he said, well, That means if there's any value, it should be at least a penny or higher. So he doesn't see Kala going to 0.05 cents and things of that sort. But if he's right, you know, we'll assume he is because he knows finance inside and out. He understands how those decimals work. If he's correct, Kala may never drop below a penny unless it goes to zero. You know, and so people can get in there and get it for a penny. For 5 months, they're spending $150. So this is a value proposition we're telling people. For $150 or even $75 if they get the 50 to $150 for 5 months, I'm going to teach you how to accumulate as much as this Kala as you can, and you can continue getting it for free during the course of the 5 months because you don't have to stop doing core when you buy this gigahash. Then once you can sell it on that external exchange, then you can convert it to Bitcoin. Then you can turn around and use that Bitcoin that you've sold your Kala for. So that may be at 1 cent, 2 cents, 5 cents, 10 cents, 50 cents. Who knows what that's going to be? But at that point, anything that exceeds $150 becomes house money. You turn around, you take that house money, and you buy coin number 2, coin number 3, coin number 4, all the way through coin number 10 using house money. So I just taught you as an individual person to turn anywhere from $75 to $150, not only just to receive Kala, but to become a coin collector and collect 10 cryptocurrencies hand selected by experts in cryptocurrency. And you know, now you've got a potentially strong portfolio, and every time you repurchase and all your monthly fees and everything moving forward, well, remember, Kala is going to be on the external exchange at that point. You can use that money to pay your monthly fees. You can sell other cryptos that you may have, pay fees, and as long as all those cryptos don't crash, those 10 cryptos, then you're set. And like I said, for $75 to $150 over the course of 5 months, so not even up front, over the course of 5 months, you are now a coin collector, collecting 10 cryptocurrencies. And that's it. I mean, that's how simple this can be and this message can be. So get in for free, collect Kala or collect core points, convert them to Kala because we can now. So to me, this is fantastic because anybody who's been dealing with core for the last year and a half, 2 years or longer, you know, they've got to be doing backflips right now because now to present this to the new person, it's phenomenally easy. And I don't think anybody in this in Nui has an excuse now not to get their 10 in the pen because literally people can do it for free. So sweat equity to gigahash, and then gigahash to Bitcoin, Bitcoin to coin collector. That's it, 3 steps. And that's pretty much it. So I did this call in 10 minutes. That's my new record. So awesome. So, but let me do this since we're recording this and everything. We've got quite a few people, which is awesome for 30 minutes notice. Anybody, feel free to unmute yourself and ask me any questions, and then I'll post this to the team so that people can, you know, hear your questions and answers or whatever. So if you have any questions about this or anything else in Nui at this time that I'm allowed to address, I'm more than happy to do so since you've got me on the line. So feel free to ask any questions or make any comments.
Hi, John. This is Marissa.
Hello.
Hi. This is about the gigahash. Because I talked to Juan Moreno. I'm trying to get it straight, but basically, the 50 gigahash, actually the 15 maintenance fee every month, I pay on the 17th. That's my the deadline, I guess.
Right.
And every first of the month, it goes inactive and active. So I was about to call Moreno on Friday, but I was pretty busy. So how come it makes it inactive and commission? Yeah, it makes it basically inactive in your back office. If you're getting what I'm saying.
Not quite. I don't have gigahash because I have some terahash.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
So I haven't dealt with the gigahash, but I know they're working on that because there should just be a monthly due date, whatever it may be. And if people are purchasing new gigahash, I don't know if it kicks it to that new due date. And I'm not sure how that works. So I'll ask him too, and I'll ask on our call Tuesday on that gigahash. But what do you think about the fact that we can convert?
Hey, John.
Yeah.
This is Harold.
Yes. Yes, go ahead.
I was going to try to answer your question. I talked to Juan Marino when I got a $50 gigahash. My date is the 25th of each month, and he said that they're supposed to be sending out an email and sending out a notice within your back office that you have 7 days to pay. They send it out 7 days early.
Okay, perfect. Thanks.
Okay, that makes sense then.
I've got some more information. Sorry, Wade here.
Yes.
I talked to both support and everything like that. Basically, when your first contract that you get, it doesn't matter whether it's 50, 100,000, whatever your date is your permanent date.
Okay.
Meaning that if you buy another gigahash contract, it doesn't matter. It does not reset your date. So if you're going to buy a gigahash and you want like a full month's with it or whatever, do it on the date that you're paying your renewal. If you do it 15 days later, you'll get the gigahash, but they're not going to do anything. If it go, let's say you had the $15 service charge, you put another 50, that bumps you to 30. That bump up is right away, but it doesn't change your date. So if you put it in 15 minutes later, you only get 15 days, even though you paid another $15 to bump it up 30. That's how they got it working.
Okay. That makes sense. That makes total sense.
To keep it simple, right?
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
And
So
I use the Trident system, and I pay for my service fees through the Trident. I do all that. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I love Trident. Trident, so it's from everything I've seen and heard, it's been really good. But so what are some of your thoughts on this? I mean, as far as promoting basically free, a little bit of sweat equity, and then honestly, at that point, if people really understand this program inside and out, they should realize they can start using house money once we go public, and very low cost to get in, which really minimizes the risk. I mean, you lose a couple of hours of working on core, if call it goes to zero, which we all doubt that's going to happen. So what are some of your thoughts on this?
Well, John, my thoughts on it is anything that you can, it comes down to building that relationship with a person, sorry. If you do not have that relationship, okay, and you're doing it on cold situations, and Facebook is lousy for that, especially new people, unless you have relationships, then you have to kind of hold their hand a bit, and this is not negative. You have to hold their hand a bit, even to get them to the core and to sign up for free, okay, because
I agree with you. Yep.
So, and I'm not going to get into it, that's why I'm big on a marketing system, because I don't have huge warm bodies in the list. So,
right.
But definitely, John, if you're a person that has the ability and you're around a lot of people and you can talk to people and you can explain to them, it's a no-brainer to take them to core, to show them, especially if the people are limited in any income. Absolutely. Will it get you 10 quickly? I don't know. Depends on you. It depends on you as a salesperson, right?
Right. Yeah.
So,
This is more of simplifying the sales process for people and I agree with you. And one thing very important, once you get them in core, then you're going to want to help them make sure that they're converting those core points to call as well. So the more time you spend with your new member, the better. I mean, it pays off in the long run, believe you me. And so, and if you just sign somebody up and leave them to their own devices, then it's kind of on you if they don't produce anything, if they don't go anywhere, because life takes over for them too. They're busy, they have full-time jobs and careers or whatnot, and so you really have to get with the person, walk them through the process and help them. But how cool would it be to have a few success stories to tell in 5-6 months from now, even if it's 1 or 2 members, because then all of a sudden maybe it helps them get their team going, because they said, it would be awesome to have some testimonials here in 5-6 months and saying, oh my gosh, I sent it for free and I spent $15 a month for 5 months and now I've got 10 cryptocurrencies working for me. How cool would that be? Or $30 a month or whatever. That's the vision right there. And so I think core is something that a lot of people weren't paying close attention to, because you couldn't convert those core points yet. Now that you can, Now I think it's big time for Nui. It's a big boost. And so to me, this is really exciting to be able to do that and have the ability to just say, look, guys, this is your entry point and here's our value proposition. Now, obviously, you may run into some people where $150 or $200 may not be an issue or whatever, and that's fine too. Then they don't need to do this. But a lot of times we'll run into people that are kind of sitting on the fence and say, here's a very equitable way for you to get in and become a coin collector, just using these 3 steps. So, and that's kind of what I wanted to share with you, because again, knowing this product inside and out, frontwards and backwards, there's a lot of ways to promote it. But to me, this is a very simple point of entry, and a strategy to get them to become a coin collector. So that's why I wanted to share it. I just kind of thought about this the other day, just because as I saw all the pieces falling into place, to me this makes total sense, and it is, to me, it's a no-brainer. And to others we present it to, we'll see how well it goes. So any other questions, comments, anything before I wrap this up?
I have one. Actually, I have 2 actually.
Yes.
I don't know if there's the echo. There's actually one person. When you know how you purchase the never mind. I don't know. Not sure if anybody knows the process, how the process the $50 gigahash, and then
Right.
you go to Trident and all that steps and everything. So one person in the UK had a problem of doing the $15, like making it active and qualified in the back office of the $15 maintenance fee. You know how you're going to make the mintage mining, and then you see if it's active or something like that in a call. She was trying to make it her back office active and qualified, but it wouldn't show. And I told her it takes about probably within 24 hours to process that. But
Yeah, usually 48. It's usually 2 business days is what
okay.
they ask for. 2 business days, and then it should show active. And if it doesn't after 2 business days, then we got to get support and make sure that
Okay.
there's nothing holding it up.
I just to let you know, I've done Trident being in Canada. Okay, Trident, and the process could go as high as 3 days, depending on how busy it is. It has gone 3 days for me, but the big thing is not to fight it. People want to, because it's so easy, and that you just follow the process, pay for it, and leave it alone. It's like set it and leave it and let it do its thing. I wouldn't wait more than 3 days, and if you're not active and you're not seeing anything, I definitely get a hold of Juan directly, or get your support ticket, and that's my advice. And again, I bought 3 contracts. I started with a 50. I've got 150 now, or 250
awesome.
now. So
That's
and
awesome.
yeah, and it's just as I can afford, I put it in, and I try to, try to keep building it. And I'm up to, since December 11th that I started, I'm way past 11,000 call.
Nice.
So it's getting there. And plus so anyways, I just want to reassure that I think people kind of overthink, especially new people, they overthink the process. Everything's perfect. It works out. They adjust the service fee. You do not get paid. You don't get charged extra fee. It balances everything out, and it all makes sense.
That's
Just
awesome.
my 2 cents.
So Wade, once you reach 25,000 call, let me know, and I'll send you my call address, because Chinese New Year's coming up, and
Well, we might have to make a
yes.
bet on the Super Bowl, but I think we're on the same team. So, but no, I've got over 50,000 call it, because I took advantage of the ICO.
Nice.
So I'm getting ready, and I'm getting ready for the second coin coming out.
Yeah,
I'm
and
excited about it. So.
yeah, I'm very excited about making these announcements once we're allowed to. So, yeah,
John.
on the whole Call It universe, I'm very excited about Call It. Yeah, go ahead.
This is George Hudak. I know it's not important right now, but do we have a time frame on the 10 currencies? Is this going to be like throughout the end of the year, next year?
I think though, I believe it's going to be before June, July. I believe. I'll get back to you on that, but I know they want them out quickly. But the thing is, they want to vet all of these. They have to be following a certain trajectory, because they don't want to just throw 10 coins up and say, here you go, here's 10 coins. They want to really, each coin, and it's a very expensive process for them to add a coin based on the way they're doing it. But they want to make sure they're trying to select 10 coins that they're very comfortable with, because they want members hitting as many home runs as they can. So because this comes back on them as well, right? And so they, as the experts, select them, and they're being very careful and very slow, and they're really vetting these coins to the point where at some cases they're even speaking with people behind the coins and stuff like that. I mean, they're really vetting these. So they'll be adding one at a time. I believe they've I think they've already announced the second coin. So we know what that is. And then coins 3 through 10 will be announced shortly. But I would assume, I believe they're all going to be added prior to June, July. I know a lot of the stuff being built behind the scenes, they want as much of it working as possible and functioning prior to that launch date of the external exchange. So that's kind of my take on it and what I understand to this point.
Okay, two other things. One of them, it's so nice to be on this. What a wonderful company here. I don't think there's anybody on this call that can't take advantage of something here. I mean, that's the beauty of it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that just amazes me. And the second thing, now I already forgot it. Well, I don't know. Slipped my mind now.
Oh, that's fine. So, but anyway, like I said, we're trying to simplify this as much as possible for all of our members to go in there and promote and do whatever they need to do. Because my thought process is, if people are willing to work and learn, I want them to be successful, regardless of who they are. Even if they're on my team, they're across team, I don't care. I just want them to be successful. So anytime I think of ways to simplify the messaging, or create anything that could help or assist those members, then I feel like I need to share it with everybody. I don't want to keep it to myself, And so, and this right here made total sense to me. I mean, it's easy, it's simple, and a lot of times what'll happen, and people come in and they'll dabble with core, they'll get the points, and they may convert them to Kala, they might gigahash, and then they start receiving Kala, and they're like, you know what, I want to upgrade and I don't want to wait, so they'll spend $100 and get more gigahash, because they're starting to see the value. Because what this is an intro into Kala too, into core. And so as they, you got to think of it this way, is kind of like they get into core, they start doing it, and they're still learning Kala at that point sometimes, because they're just doing it because they're like, sure, why not? It's free. I'll dabble here for a few hours. But then that's where, like what Wade was saying, you really nurture that relationship, and then you teach them about Kala and the ecosystem and all that. And the more they learn about it, because they're already they're in because of core and the ability to receive this for free, then that's when you go and say, hey, let's cultivate this relationship, and let's help you gain knowledge of really what it is that's going on with all of this stuff with Kala and all that. And then that's when they're like, oh, I get it. And then, they can turn into fire or whatever. But this is just a great entry point to get them started, and it's very low risk for them because it's free. So, they're risking a couple hours of core activities is all they're really doing. So we're not asking them to throw thousands of dollars at this thing, which that's what I love about it. And anybody can do this. And here's a final thought, and I'll wrap this up. I love the fact we've got other groups working in other countries right now. Everybody that joins the Kala Nation, every member that joins with GigaHash, we're extending our, we're increasing our membership base, and we're increasing Kala users. The more Kala users we have, the more potential we have for Kala to produce higher results for all of us, right? And so core, I believe this is going to be a major hit in some of those other countries where people just otherwise don't have that income. And for any of us on this team that have members in other countries where $50 might equal $500 here in the US or whatever, we need to really be focusing on this and saying, hey guys, here's your solution. Come into here, get these points, convert them to Kala, and there you go. Because the more Kala everybody has, and the more people that have Kala, the merrier for all of us. We all win with this. So anyway, just wanted to kind of share this with you this morning. Thanks for jumping on such short notice. I'm going to post kind of an ad, or not an ad, but like create a post on the Facebook page, kind of talk about this a little bit. And I believe the more we promote stuff like this, the better. And then when it comes to marketing and stuff, I know Pocket Me is going to be rolled out to everybody very, very shortly, maybe even this week. I know they're just finalizing a couple things on it, and that's it. So it's been working though. We've had signups from Pocket Me, and we've had signups where people haven't even spoken with the person. It's happened actually quite a few times. So it's working, and they're always upgrading the videos. They're constantly redefining that process and making it simple. So Pocket Me has been working for those in the beta, and so I'm excited, and they can't wait to roll it out to everybody at a very, very low cost. And it's exciting. So exciting times. My team's starting to grow again. Our team's starting to grow again, I should say. And part of that's from Pocket Me. Part of that's from the coin collecting. I think this is going to boost it. And then once we have some of these other updates that Darren was talking about that are coming out very shortly, I think this thing's just going to go crazy. So anyway, guys, everybody have a great morning. I'm going to go ahead and end this meeting. And remember, very important for tomorrow, root for Team Fluff over Team Ruff in the Puppy Bowl, and the Rams over the Patriots. And I think if you do that, your life will your lives will be a little bit better and brighter. So everybody have a great weekend. Thanks so much.